Am I the astronaut? My wife was upset. I woke her up to let her know I was going to the doctor's. For the last few days, my eye has been swelling. It started light, and this morning I woke up and it was painful and swollen larger than the day before. Google researching more said that it could be a sty or an infection, or that there's an infection that is quite bad, orbital cellulitis. Since I had just gone to get my eyes checked and they used eye drops, which I am assuming they didn't clean, I kind of got worried this morning at 7:30 a.m. over coffee. Now add to all this, my parents are in town, so my mom is still upstairs sleeping, and I am sitting on the patio with my dad having a coffee. In Canada, all walk-in clinics are closed on Sunday, so I decided, I guess I have to go to the ER to get it looked at, if I have to get a prescription. So it's not the doctor's, it's the ER. My wife was still sleeping, but I felt I should let her know that my eye isn't looking too good and I am going to head to an ER, since I was hoping that going to an ER ASAP would make it faster to get in and out. So I very gently woke her up and say in a whisper, I'm gonna head to the doc, my eye is pretty bad. She was kind of frustrated and said, okay, and laid back down. Time out. I just imagine this being like a scene from Trolls Band Together, where all the kids have pink eye and it's like goop like dripping. So he's like leaning over his wife and like the goop is, he's like, hey, like that's not, you'd be scared if you woke up and I was all Cyclops and gooping on top of you. I went downstairs and finished my coffee before heading out, chatted about what I was going to do with my dad and prepared to leave. I got a text from her. I know pharmacists can prescribe for smaller things if you can't get into a walk-in. I thought, oh, that's a good idea. I will chill for an hour when the pharmacy opens and go. So I kept sitting on the patio to finish my coffee and wait for the time to head to the pharmacy. About 10 minutes later, my wife comes out on the patio and instantly says, you know, you shouldn't have woken me up. I wanted to sleep more. In a pretty confrontational, how dare you way in front of me and my dad. No, how are you doing? No checking in on my well-being, no empathy, just f*** you for waking me up early at 7:20 a.m. So at this point, I go into the house and she proceeds to lecture me on how she is on her period and needs sleep. She had a rough night, cramps, and I shouldn't have woken her up. I should have just texted and left. My argument was that I totally get that, but I am worried I have a bad eye infection and wanted to let her know I was going to seek treatment. And to me, all caps with stress, she should have been like, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Is everything all right? She maintains that I should have never woken her up and that I was the asshole and that she is not in the wrong at all for being more worried about her sleep than my situation. Mind you, I haven't had eye issues in 30 years, so this is all new to me. I ended up going to 2 pharmacists who both came back with that it's more than likely a sty and that a hot compress is all that's needed. And she's still pissed at me and refuses to see how I see her actions as selfish and that I shouldn't be made an asshole for waking her up. That's the story. That's the story. Okay, so I kind of equate this to the man cold pandemic. Listen, buddy, first of all, keep a calendar, know what's going on with your wife's cycle, and know when to not poke the bear. Okay?
I mean, I feel like I would want you to wake me up and tell me that something was wrong, but I thrive in this kind of situation. Like if something's wrong, I want to help you fix it. Unless it's a cold, then I'm like, shut the up and take your medicine. But if you don't know what's going on and you need help, like I would not be offended if you woke me up and said my eye is not better. Like I feel like I need to go to the doctor. I would have assessed the situation. And I feel like she did that.
What Candy Thunder means is when there's something gross to pick at, she thrives. So if I've got something that requires like gross examination,
but also like, when you have stuff that's outside of the norm of like an everyday cold, like I do want you to get taken care of and I would want you to go see a doctor. And so I would be helping you set that up because I like that part of taking care of you.
We also have to address the goopy-eyed elephant in the room. And that is...
He just had a sty, so...
That wife here...
Which, I mean, it's painful.
Had eyes on his eyes, right? So she was able to see like how swollen it was, and by visible standards, she didn't think it was a big enough deal to be extremely concerned about. A grain of salt with that because she is in the throes of her P-Rod and felt
That's true.
really strongly about
That's very true.
her sleep here. So maybe where she's at kind of minimized what she was seeing wrong with him,
for sure,
and maximized what was wrong with her.
I mean, I sure, she can be annoyed that she was woken up, but to still be like pissed at him and like make this a big thing, like I don't know. I don't see the point in it. I don't see the point in this argument.
I would have sent a message. I would have sent a message. I 100% would have sent a message and been like, I'm not going to wake her up for this. I'm going to send a message and I'm going to go.
You would have woken me up and been like, do I need to go to the doctor? And I've been like, let me see. Give me a Diet Coke and let me see.
If I knew I was going to go to the doctor already, which OP did, I would just send a message.
I don't believe that.
If it was during that
I don't believe it.
Cycle time, I wouldn't have risked it. Tony Spark, you have some input here. Yes. Going back and sitting down on the porch instead of going immediately.
Look.
Yeah. So you woke her up and then hung around for an hour instead of leaving immediately. Now she said that the reason OP hung around for a little bit is because she said if you go to a pharmacist instead, and the pharmacy wasn't open yet. So I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I would not have been pissed in this situation, period or not. Like, it would not have bothered me if you said something was wrong. And you would have woken me up before you went to the doctor. 100%. I 100% believe that.